about a couple of weeks ago now, I spoke to Dr. Rebecca Knowles-Beavis. Now, Rebecca is a clinical psychologist with 2 PhDs. She has a PhD in research methodology in psychology, and also she has a clinical PhD in clinical psychology. And she reminded me of the startling figures that we have in the UK when it relates to women who look back on their birth experience and consider it traumatic. She said that 1/3 of women are in that category. Now, about 4 years ago, the Birth Trauma Association released figures that suggested that 200,000 women a year regard their birth experience as traumatic. Now, that's staggering. I already knew those figures, but to hear it from someone who is, currently working in this area was, I don't know, it just staggered me. And I was reminded of a client I had a few months ago now from Germany. Now, the NICE guidelines currently are recommending that we do not offer debrief routinely to every woman who gives birth in the UK, and they have their reasons for that. But this woman from Germany didn't regard her birth as traumatic until she went to debrief. Now, when she got to debrief, she was told the reason for the forceps birth that she had. Now, the reason given in the notes was, now wait for it, it could have been failure to progress, but in my opinion it was even worse than that. In the notes it said that the reason for the forceps birth was lack of maternal effort. Now, in that moment, she told me, everything that happened became her fault. She was responsible, she said. She felt responsible for the birth she had in that moment. Now, why do I tell you about that? Well, in our profession, in my profession as a midwife, and in your profession as a birth professional, in whatever area you work, whether it's a lactation consultant, a doula, a pregnancy yoga teacher, a baby massage therapist, antenatal teacher, we're often told that language is important, right? Well, I want to suggest to you today that language isn't just important, it is completely fundamental to our experience as a human being. It's fundamental, it's foundational, it's crucial. You see, I want to suggest to you today that as the human animal, since the neocortex and our ability to speak about our experience and talk to others about our experience, since our ability to categorize our experience and record it as a memory, language has become the house, if you like, wherein we dwell. Our whole experience is framed in the context of the words we use. Now, the model that I'm experienced in and the model that I train is called neurolinguistic programming, and language is at the core of that model. What the model suggests is this, is that there is no such thing as throwaway words or words that people use that we can disregard. Every word that a human being speaks and uses is being directed, if you like, by the simulation that's running in the background of their experience. No one speaks from a vacuum. Now, it might occur to us as though these words are coming from nowhere, but they're not. Every word we speak is both a commentary on what's going on inside of us and is also a search criteria for the people that are hearing our words. I'll say that again. Every word that I am speaking now is a commentary on an internal map or simulation or image or movie that's running in the background. And my words are being generated from that sense of internal simulation that's running, a memory that's running. And my words are coming on the basis of that which is running in the background. That's the first thing. The second thing is that when you hear my words, in order to make sense of them, you have to search your own experience. You have to search through years and years of experiences of hearing that word in given contexts. And in a split second, you have to decide what it is I mean. All of this is going on in the context of us talking to others. Now, when it comes to the work that I do, the 2-day training that I deliver, we spend quite a lot of time talking about language, talking about what the language someone uses is telling us about their internal simulation. You see, often people, when they talk to us, are telling us what they want us to know. You know, the content of their words is kind of like they're telling us, yeah, we're happy with you knowing this. But the way their words are structured is telling us lots of information about how their internal reality is formed. And that is very important. In fact, that emphasis on language and language structure is what makes the 2-day training that I deliver different from others. It's similar to others, but not the same. Thank you.